hemos hecho para atrás. Siempre lo hemos mirado ahí.
No, acá teníamos una allí.
Ah, sí, sí. Oh, but think about it. Okay, let's go. Sí. Good evening and welcome to the Personal and Administration Committee. Today is Tuesday, January 13, 2026. Voting members for this committee is Councilor Infante, Councilor District E, Infante, Councilor at Large Levy, Councilor District A, Miguel, and Councilor District B, Gonzalez. Pursuant to Chapter 20 of the Act of 2022, this meeting of the Personnel Committee is being conducted both in person and via remote participation. A reminder that whoever would like to listen or to view this meeting while in progress might either attend in person at the location above, which is 200 Common Street, or one of the following access locations: the Lawrence City Council Facebook page, as well as the Lawrence City Council YouTube page. At this time, please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
With
Liberty and justice for all. All right, councilors, this meeting, the reason that I'm here is because we need to choose the chair and the vice chair for this committee. So at this time, councilors are going to entertain any potential candidate for to chair this committee. So, any suggestions?
Council President, through you,
Councilor Levy?
get the chair of the committee, Stephanie Infante.
The nomination for Councilor Infante. Can I hear a second?
Second.
Properly second. Discussion. Do you accept?
I accept.
Okay. Any other nominations? So at this time, I'll please call the name of your preferred candidates. Councilor Gonzalez?
Just so I understand, this at the moment is
Just to
for
elect the chair.
the chair? Okay.
You just say the name.
Anna? Sorry, Councilor Levy.
Oh, well, it's the nominations were only for Councilor.
Bueno.
Infante.
Councilor Infante.
Yeah. Councilor Miguel.
Councilor Infante.
Councilor Vice President Leb. And Councilor Infante.
Councilor Infante.
All right, congratulations. Now you're going to be running this committee for the next 2 years.
Thank you.
Okay.
Added 2 more years to the 3 years that I have running this committee. It's one of my favorite committees. I love this committee. Councilors, at this time, I will now open nominations for the vice chair of the Personnel Committee. Do we have any nominations for the vice chair?
Councilor, I will nominate Councilor Levy.
Do we have a nomination for Councilor Levy? Is there any other nominations?
Oh, second.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you accept the nomination? Yes. Okay. All right. So nomination accepted. Motion made, seconded by Councilor Gonzalez. At this point, we will do a roll call with the councilor's name that you wish to vote for, and we will start with, I guess, Council Vice President Levy. Councilor Franklin.
Councilor Levy.
Councilor Gonzalez.
Councilor Levy.
And the chair votes for Councilor Levy. Congratulations, Vice Chair. Councilors, before we adjourn, and I'm glad that the council president is still here, because sometimes he is the third member of this committee per our city council rules when we don't have quorum. I do have a little something that I wrote earlier that I wish to say to this committee to re-emphasize the important work that we do here. I first want to say thank you for electing me to continue to be the chair of this committee. I also want to welcome returning members, Councilor Levy, Council Vice President Levy, you served, we served together last term on this committee, so welcome back. And I also want to welcome the 2 new councilors, Councilor Franklin and Councilor Gonzalez, to the Personnel Committee. As we convene this new term, I want to emphasize that whether you are a veteran counselor or just beginning a new term, we stand here on equal footing with one specific regard, and that is we are the stewards of the public's interest. Our work in this committee is unique. We don't vote on things like infrastructure. Through this committee, we are the gatekeepers of the talent that runs our city. Behind every resume and every appointment consideration, we must consider that there are thousands of Lawrence residents who rely on this very committee to ensure that their government is competent, efficient, and fair. Throughout this term, we will be presented with candidates who are exceptionally qualified and others who are not. We will likely find ourselves in uncomfortable situations where political pressure or personal loyalties may attempt to cloud our judgment. However, I want to be clear about our mandate. Our commitment is to the community, not the hidden agendas or personal interests of others. We show respect to this role when we ask the hard questions, even when it's awkward for us to do so. We serve with dignity when we prioritize merit over favor. And I want to remind this committee, our neighbors didn't elect us to be yes votes for any one individual. They elected us to be a yes for the best interest of the overall city. And with that being said, I look forward to another 2 years on this committee. I look forward to the work that we will do together as a committee. I felt like it was important to reemphasize the importance of the work of this committee, primarily because 50% of our members are 2 new counselors, so welcome again. And we will have moments where we will disagree, but I just want to reiterate even to myself, all 4 of us, that our community comes first. And we will have situations where that will definitely be tested within this committee. So thank you for listening to my words. And that's all I have for tonight, unless somebody else has something they would like to say or untable on the agenda. Seeing none, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion has been made by Council Vice President, seconded by Councilor Franklin. Any discussion on the adjournment? No. All right, seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. And the ayes have it. Thank you so much, councilors.
Good night.
Good night.
Good evening and welcome to the Ordinance Committee Subcommittee meeting. This is today's Tuesday, January 13, 2026. Members for this committee is Councilor Vice President Ana Levy, Councilor at Large Selena Reyes, Councilor Gregory del Rosario, and Councilor Franklin Miguel. Pursuant to Chapter 20 of the Act of 2022, this meeting of the Ordinance Committee is being conducted both in person and via remote participation. A reminder that a person who would like to listen or to view this meeting while in progress might either attend in person at the location above, which is 200 Common Street, or use any of the following as locations: the Lawrence City Council Facebook page, as well as the Lawrence City Council YouTube page. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America,
and to the republic for
and
which it stands,
one nation,
under God,
under God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty
for liberty and justice for all.
We have Councilor Selena Reyes that is joining us online through Zoom. Okay. And councilors, the reason that I'm here is because we are opening up this meeting as the first section for this new council, and with that, I'm going to entertain any interest on any councilors that would like to chair this committee. So, any nominations?
Nominate Council President. I would like to nominate for President of the Chair of the Committee, Vice President Ana Levy.
So there is a motion to nominate Councilor Vice President Levy to be the chair for this committee. Can I hear a second?
Second.
Properly second. Do you accept?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. And there is any other nominations? To be
I do nominate Councilor Del Rosario as a Vice President.
to be the chair?
Yes.
All right, there is a nomination for Councilor Del Rosario to be the chair for the committee. Can I hear a second? You can second yourself. Do you have an intention? Do you accept? Councilor Del Rosario have rejected the nomination. Any other nomination? All right, at this point, nominations are closed, so I'm gonna do a roll call. Please mention the name of the person that you're supporting to be the chair. Councilor Miguel,
Levy.
Councilor Del Rosario,
Levy.
Councilor Reyes,
Levy?
and Councilor Levy.
Levy.
All right, Councilor Levy, you will be the chair for this committee for the next 2 years. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all. Good evening and welcome to the Ordering Intergovernmental Relations Committee. And now we're going to do the nomination for the vice chair, and I would like to hear any nomination.
I would like to nominate Frankie Miguel for the vice chair.
Second?
Any other? All those in favor? Oh, Mr. Miguel, do you accept the nomination?
I do. I accept.
Thank you. So, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Roll call.
Roll call.
Councilor Gregory del Rosario,
Frankie Miguel.
Councilor Selena Reyes,
Franklin Miguel?
Councilor Franklin Miguel,
Franklin Miguel.
Councilor Ana Levy vote again for Franklin Miguel. So congratulations.
Thank you.
So now that we had the nomination of the chair and the vice chair for the ordinance committee, so we're gonna start with the agenda for the night. And I would like also to thank you, everybody that is been in here, and to thank you for the nomination to me be the chair for this committee, and also for the vice chair, Franklin Miguel. So the first item on the agenda, I would like to take item out of table. Item 49525 is the resident parking only section of Dewsbury Street, submitted by Council Vice President Stephanie Infante and Susan Crowett, and Dewsbury Street residents.
That's
Thank you.
494.
494.
It's 594.
495, 49425.
Okay.
Thank you.
And it's former vice president, the current vice, I know, it's hard, it was 2 years of it, so I know.
Well, it's
There's a lot getting used to.
it still is in here, you know, the mention that you are the vice chair or the vice president.
Thank you. Madam Chair and committee members of ordinance, thank you for allowing me to go first for item 494-25, resident parking only. This situation came to me by my constituent Susan. There was a project that was presenting to the Zoning Board of Appeals for a new housing development. I did speak to the chair to get an update. Originally, that development was for two, I think it was a two-family. They were able to agree on a compromise for a one housing. However, this particular street is a very narrow street that is also a dead end. So residents of this Tewksbury Street have concerns pertaining to parking, and specifically, we have residents here that represent homes, the following addresses: 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 37, and 39 Tewksbury Street. And we're looking to see if it's possible to have an analysis to get an approval for resident parking from between, for that section of the street, which is the middle of the street all the way towards the dead end. And I also have the residents of those residential addresses here with me as well. And if I may, I would like to call them up so you can also hear from them as well pertaining to their concerns and why we are here requesting a resident parking only for that section of the street, if I may. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry, Councilor Stephanie Infante, 200 Common Street, City Hall.
I'm Susan Krywick, and thank you. My name is hard to pronounce, and you did a very good job. I live at number 24 Tewksbury Street, and it's kind of like midway in that block. And the thing with Tewksbury Street is, because it's a dead end, plowing in the winter, with people parking on the streets because they have to, the plow doesn't do both sides. It just does right down the middle and backs out. So there's always excess snow, so it makes it hard for anybody who parks on the street, and it makes it very difficult for anyone who has to shovel out their driveway and the foot of the driveway. And since there is going to be another house on the street, from the zoning board, Chairman Rivera suggested that we ask that this street be residential parking only, because the duplex on the corner, they sometimes have 7 cars, sometimes 2 cars, sometimes they're out-of-state license plates, sometimes they're not, and sometimes they have it on the driveway, sometimes they have it in their yard. So there are a lot of cars for very few houses on the street. So if we could set it up so at least at night, it would be resident parking only on the street. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Cesar LeBron, 16 Tewksbury Street. I think it's definitely important to,
Excuse me, your name, please?
Cesar LeBron, Cesar Lebron.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. I think it's really important for us to get this done. What happens is, because I live at 16 Tewksbury Street, I'm the last house. Before there's a fence and then there's a river. The street's not lit at all. So what happens is you get a lot of people that want to do things that other people don't want to see. So they hide in my street. So I have to wake up 6, 7 times at night just so I can keep an eye on the stuff I have in my yard. You know? So with that being said, I'd be able to sleep a little better knowing that nobody that doesn't live there is parking there. You know, they're going over there, like I said, they're drinking, they're smoking, they're having sex. Whatever they're doing, they don't live there, they shouldn't be there. You know? Because I lived on 16 Tewksbury Street since 2008, I've had stuff stolen from me. Kind of goes with the area. I live by the beacons, whatever it is, you know? But a lot of that problem is, again, too many cars, you can't see nobody hiding. So that's where I stand at that. I think we need those permits.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Council, any question? Oh, I'm sorry.
My name is Howard Brooks. I also reside at 16 Tewksbury Street. And my concern is there's a 3-family who has multiple cars in the street, plus the duplex that has multiple cars. My biggest concern, where I'm the last house on a dead-end street, emergency vehicles can't get to me. So we do have someone in the house that is sick, so if something would happen, an ambulance couldn't get to my house because it's always blocked. If an Amazon goes down there, I have to park at the end of the road and walk to my house. So, and I work in healthcare, so I work 24 hours a day. So if I have an emergency and have to go to work, I can't leave if they're blocking my driveway, because sometimes even where other streets, if they're having a party, they use our street as a parking lot. They don't just park along the side, they park in the middle of the street, because it's dead end, so they just start piling up in the middle of the street. The same thing with the boathouse. When they get full of parking, our street turns into their spare parking lot. So just trying to limit the amount of people parking in the street will be also a safety, prevent anything bad happening to anybody on that bottom part of the street. That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mark LaPlante, 29 Durso Avenue here in Lawrence. Council, I didn't really come to speak on this, although I support the fact that we're doing resident parking, but you've heard my spiel many, many times regarding resident parking. It started off as a bit of a dribble, now it's becoming way more advanced, and we're going to be seeing more and more of these until we get our housing situation under control throughout, not only in our major complexes, but in our neighborhoods. We don't have enough parking, and it's just going to consist, and we need ISD to do a better job. We need the zoning board to do a better job, planning board to do a better job across the board. That's my comment on there. But my real reason for being here this evening is to congratulate all of you on your election. I wish you all the best on the ordinance committee. Obviously, I'm not serving on the committee with you this year and these next 2 years. But however, having said that, we're fortunate, I think, on this committee to have 2 members who are now very experienced, and just having served for several years now, and I think that's going to benefit the committee very well. And I just wanted to offer in this transitionary time, if there's anything I can do to help in the transition, consider me a phone call away. I'm happy to provide whatever background, knowledge, experience, or whatever that I have, having served on this committee most recently as the chair, and I'm happy to help. If there's no phone calls, I'm happy with that too. If there is a phone call, I'm happy to help. So I just want to make myself available to you if you find if you find that helpful. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, continuing with the item at hand, I do agree with Councilor LaPlante when he stated that there is a bigger issue that the city overall needs to find a solution for. So I'm definitely not oblivious to that. But I would like to add that we also do have the residents from 31 and 32 Tewksbury who are here in support. They chose not to speak, but they're here in support. I also have an email from Maria Garcia, who resides at 20 Tewksbury Street, also voicing her concerns about the parking situation there, specifically during the winter months in that area. And I believe this is all, so I just ask that we please send it to the police department for an analysis, and hopefully we can get this to the full council. Thank you, councilors.
Thank you. So I would like to, if my fellow councilor have a question.
Thank you, Chair. Councilor Infante, we don't have the time that you, are we going to go with the uniform time that the city is using from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., or you guys have requested a time for a residential parking? I mean, most of the residential parking that has been approved, they have come in with the DPW requested a bit uniform, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. I don't know if that works for them. It's a dead end.
Yep.
There's no parks around it besides the boathouse on the other side. So do you want to go with that time? Because there's no specific time for the residential
Yeah, I
parking.
believe that time is the most appropriate. We did hear from Susan that at least for the nighttime, which aligns with the uniform time that we've approved in the past, councilor. So I think that's appropriate.
And what I also would encourage the neighbors, what happened also is we approve this, but they're not being enforced. And I'm a firm believer that we need more enforcement. So call the cops as soon, if it gets approved and the sign is up and you see a car that doesn't belong there, call into traffic controls. It shows up. Most of our ordinance that when it comes to parking restriction, are not being enforced. And I've been voicing this out for a couple of years. If we enforce 50% of those parking ordinance, we wouldn't be paying taxes here in the city, but we're not enforcing those. So I encourage the neighbors to call until you see enforcement. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Del Rosario. Do you have any?
No question. Yeah. I can submit a motion to be sent to the police department.
Councilor Reyes, do you have any question?
No, Councilor, thank you.
Okay. So it's not a question, but I just hear one of you guys that also said that when they coming at night, sometimes they cannot park on their proper, like the garage or the parking that they have inside the house. That's just what I hear, no? So you know that you also can call the police see somebody is not letting you to get inside your parking or your house.
A lot of times those calls come on deaf ears.
Please.
To repeat what the resident said, which is, it supports what Councilor Del Rosario has stated and what has been stated by the full council in the past is the enforcement. So I'm sure you guys as well as councilors, we've received these concerns. It's not just something that's occurring now. The 4 years now, entering my 5th year as a city councilor, I've been hearing constantly that minute calls like this do get, or they appear to get unresolved by the Lawrence Police Department. So that's a bigger conversation. I know we have voiced this to Councilor Del Rosario's point, to the police department, to the administration, to other city councilors. But it's definitely something to look into further.
Yes, we need more enforcement, as Councilor Rosario said. So we need to make sure that sometimes that's not just only the police, but also we have some cars, some people in here that they comes and they should call the police, and most of the time when we call. So I think so that we have to publish or maybe try to advertise the number of some of the people that we should call when we have some parking problems. That's one of the things. So, Council, any motion?
So motion to be sent to the police department.
Second.
Motion to send it to the police department. All those in favor?
Aye.
Roll call.
Councilor Gregorio Del Rosario,
Yes.
Councilor Franklin Miguel,
Yes.
Councilor Selena Reyes,
Yes.
and Chair Ana Levy.
Yes, I vote affirmative. Thank you.
Madam Chair, if I may, I do have one quick update for another item, if I may just give that quick update. It's under tabled items. It's under tabled December 4th, item 478-25, resolution honoring Gustavo Varela.
Which one? 478?
It's on the second page, the last item under December 4th.
Okay. Council, can I make a motion to take out of table item 478-25, that is a resolution honoring Gustavo Varela from the Greater Lawrence Tech School athlete?
So move.
Second.
So, all of in favor?
Que muchas personas están sintiendo la urgencia para aumentar todo azul. Ay, perdón.
What's that?
Do the roll call. Yeah, roll call. Councilor Gregorio del Rosario,
Yes.
Councilor Franklin Miguel,
Yes.
Councilor Selena Reyes,
Yes.
and Chair Anna Levy.
Yes.
Thank you.
So, Council, you have it.
Thank you,
The
Council. Just
microphone.
quickly, I was supposed to come before you before the break. However, it was one, I was sick, but the second one, Gustavo has track meets Tuesdays at 7:30, and the athletic director sent me that schedule, and it appears that the earliest that we can give this recognition is February 3rd. I'm still waiting for the athletic director to confirm that date, and if he does, I will be before you at the next meeting presenting the language of the resolution. But I just wanted to give you that quick update on where we stand with that.
Thank you, Council, for the update. So, can I have a motion, please?
Motion to table 478-25.
Second.
Motion to table by Council de Rosario and second by Council Miguel. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Roll call, please.
Councilor Franklin Miguel,
Yes.
Councilor Selena Reyes,
Yes.
Councilor Gregorio del Rosario,
Yes.
and Chair Anna Levy.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we are going to continue with the agenda. So the next item on the agenda is 484-25, creation of ordinance for the new position, Energy Advocate of the Office of Planning and Development. And this item was submitted by Danielle McCarthy, Planning Director. Oh, thank you for being here.
Committee Chair and members of the committee, congratulations.
Thank you.
Before I begin, besides congratulating you, my position as Senior Advisor for Policy and External Affairs for the Mayor, when we first created, was supposed to work directly with you on a regular basis with this committee. Unfortunately, like any first term and work the workload that was required, we were not able to basically work the way that we intended initially to work when we presented the position. And I'm happy that now with the second term and the mayor's re-election, that we can, myself and through you, committee chair, or whoever might be assigned, the preference would be for us to meet at least once a week or at a minimum twice a week. The reason for that is that we can look at all the ordinances from each one of the departments. There have been prior recommendations that have been made. And once these are discussed, you know, in a work session, together with myself, or in the case if, let's say there requires more discussions and approval from the mayor, we can have those conversations prior to coming even to committee, because there might be a lot. And especially considering the fact that there are going to be a lot of changes that would require these old ordinances that are in the book to be updated. So It's depending on you, committee chair, but and we can choose a date. Usually Tuesday we work until 7 o'clock at night, but we can choose any other date other than Friday for us to meet and discuss probably ordinances that needs to be introduced, modified, and have those discussions prior to us or department heads drafting a ordinance. We are here to request the formal creation of the energy advocate position, the culmination of a 3-year tenacious effort by this administration, by the mayor, to ensure Lawrence finally receive its fair share of MassSave benefits. MassSave is 100% ratepayer funded, meaning our residents and small businesses have been paying into this fund for years. Yet, historically, these dollars have not returned to our community in proportion to our contribution. By persistently advocating for a plan tailored to our high renter population, we have secured a $256,500 grant from the National Grid and Eversource to fix this disparity and bring weatherization and high efficiency upgrades directly to Lawrence families. The scale of this initiative is significant. Number one, we are launching a city-scale effort to reach landlords of approximately 800 properties within the city who can benefit from cost-free energy efficiency measures. Number two, this is a boots on the ground role. The energy advocate will act as a liaison between the city, residents, and all in energy to drive enrollment. Number three, the city is not performing technical assessment or installations. Those are handled by professional MassSave vendors. Our role is to ensure our residents finally get through the door in order for us the benefit of the program. The energy advocate will be key to this initiative, spearheading a city-scale outreach effort to landlords of these 800 properties to lower energy costs and improve local housing quality. We have the funding, the utility partnership, and the momentum. We now simply need your support to create the position that will turn these resources into tangible results for our residents. Tonight we have Mr. Anil Navkar online, since he worked on he spearheaded this program and has been the one that served as the focal point between the city and MassSave. Once Mr. Anil finishes his presentation, I would request a brief presentation in terms of the ordinance by Director Daniel McCarthy.
Thank you.
So with your permission, I would like
Okay.
Anil Navkar to present.
Yes, thank you very much, councillors. Welcome, Franklin Bagalia, for getting elected. Thank you, everybody, for allowing me to participate. Madam Chair, I would like to briefly go over this effort that I have been part of for the last 3 years, working almost non-stop. You all have been sort of, at least some of you have been sort of getting updates from me about how MassSave is going to do this and do that. We finally are at a point where we have brought all these things together, and we are now, we have applied, we got the grants. We are the only city in the entire program that was able to not only get a grant for paying the energy advocates compensation, but also was given the funding for arranging events within the city for meeting the landlords. So I think we can actually go through 5 or 6 events, and all that will be funded by massive program. Idea is to get 200 landlords at a time whose properties are heated by electric and oil heat, and that is the target we are after, because that particular property can get not only weatherization, but also can get heat pumps if it is applicable. All that happens is that energy, there is an assessment done for the property by massive people who come there, by their contractors, and they do all the work. So this role is very critical. Because most Lawrence renters and landlords in this 3 years plan qualify for cost-free energy upgrades. However, in general, the awareness of massive program is totally lacking. The system is complex, fragmented, and difficult to navigate, especially for renters. Energy Advocate exists to bridge the gap by providing outreach, guidance, and continuity, making sure residents are not lost between the initial interest and actual participation. This role is a frontline connector between the residents and massive system. The role exists because eligibility alone does not lead to participation. Many Lawrence renters, especially renters, small landlords, small businesses, and households that speak language other than English, which is Spanish, of course, never complete enrollment because the process is confusing and requires follow-up across multiple steps. The Energy Advocate's role is to provide that continuity, conduct a productive outreach across the city, and explain the program in plain language, help residents take the next step, and stay engaged until the handoff to massive vendors is complete. So the role is both community-facing and is coordination-focused. On the ground, the Energy Advocate hosts information sessions. Like I was saying, we will be organizing events, and that is the role that Energy Advocate will really be the lead in that whole effort. We'll attend any neighborhood events if there are any required, visit small businesses, work through trusted partners such as nonprofit schools, faith groups. At times, they will serve as Lawrence's representative within the statewide Community First partnership cohort coordinated through Massive. So they will participate in lots of meetings with the other similar municipalities and ensuring that the Lawrence's needs, the data, and the lived experience inform the program delivery. It is not a call center role. It is a relationship-based, place-based work. Importantly, the Energy Advocate does not perform technical or contractual functions like Octavian was indicating. They do not assess the buildings, they do not install equipment, and they do not determine incentives. Those responsibilities remain with Massive's authorized vendors, program administrators, and instead, the Energy Advocate ensures that the residents are correctly routed, follow-up happens, barriers are addressed, and people do not fall out of the system midway, a key reason participation has historically lagged in cities like Lawrence. I cannot really overemphasize this part. Everybody pays energy efficiency surcharge through their bills. Between 11 to 12% of your bills are going towards this whole thing. However, that money goes out but never comes to Lawrence. Close to 80% Lawrenceans have never seen massive benefits come to them. This is the first time we want to aggressively address that deficit. So the position is important and is designed for accountability and measurable outcomes. success is defined through clear quarterly targets and enrollments, particularly attention to renters and small businesses. And of course, non-English speaking households, which comes obvious. I mean, I don't want to repeat. This is all based on the people who do not speak English. They will be the center for all these actions. And of course, the energy advocate will have to be fluent in Spanish because of that exact reason. The role includes basic data tracking, strict adherence to privacy requirements, allowing city to understand what's working, where are the gaps, and how outreach strategies can improve over time. So it's important that we do course corrections as we move along. And the scale of the initiative makes the role especially important. We are launching a citywide outreach effort targeting approximately 800 rental properties where residents are benefited from energy efficiency measures such as weatherization and high efficiency heating and cooling. This is so critical. I mean, each one of these equipment is expensive. If they get it, especially the heat pumps, is probably in the range of $10,000 to $12,000. So this if they qualify, there's a significant benefit to it, those who will get it. I want to also say a few words about why we are choosing electrically and oil heated properties, because those are the people who are paying very high energy bills. We want to make sure that energy affordability is a front and center. We did the municipal aggregation program, that is Lawrence Energy Choice Program, which makes sure that you don't pay too much for the supply side. This is another effort to make sure that you don't use as much energy. And by converting you from electric and oil heat, the research says that most of them benefit right away by conversion to heat pumps. Oil heated properties, their bill will go up if they go for heat pumps. So that's one of the reasons why the whole program has not really emphasized, and they not really allow people to do that part. The funding is available exclusively for heat pumps for electrical and oil heated properties. And we have a target of 800 properties and about 1,700 households at least. So that's the plan, that's the role that Energy Advocate has to play. Funding for this work is there, and we have secured. Now, in closing, City has invested years in planning, coordination, and partnership building to ensure this program works for Lawrence. With funding in place, now we would like your support in making sure that this person comes on board very quickly. This was a 3-year program for no fault of City. It got postponed by at least a year. We could not get started. We did everything we could, but there are procedural delays that would not allow us to launch the program earlier. But we are here, we have a plan, we are going through it tirelessly. So I really would appeal to all of you to help me now, but continue to help the program, because every one of these wards is going to get plenty of benefits. We have ward-based maps, we have all kinds of tools we have created to help everybody understand how this can help. And just so you know, the city doesn't have to spend money from their point. This is what city has to bring people to recruit. Anyway, I think thank you very much for the opportunity. I'm sorry I couldn't be present right now because of my medical conditions, but giving me this opportunity, I feel blessed. And again, I'll stop here. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to serve.
Oh, thank you. So, thank you for the presentation. Also, thank you for the work that you've been doing for the city for the last couple of years. It's very well appreciated. So, we have in here now Mr. McCarthy.
Good evening, councilors.
Hi, good evening.
Daniel McCarthy, Planning Director. I was looking through the packet earlier when I received the copies, and it appeared that one of the pages might have been missing from it.
Thank you. Thank you. that is something that I was thinking to ask for.
So this is the full job description as outlined. This job was created closely working with the state agencies, the Community First Partnership, Eversource, and National Grid are all, again, all supporters and partners on this, and through Mass Save. This position is being funded and established in many communities throughout the state. Andover and Methuen recently had theirs established. Lawrence is looking to do theirs now. And this person, as we said, is an advocate to work with the public. They're going to be an employee of the city, not as an employee of National Grid, not an employee of Eversource. They're going to work for the community, identifying properties that can use these energy upgrades to save residents and taxpayers and tenants in the city hundreds of dollars off of their energy savings every year. In this time of right now, and where we have high food costs, high energy costs, and all other related costs associated with it, any savings that we can pass back to our residents is strongly needed. Again, this is a job that'll be a little bit of marketing. It'll be a little bit of, as Anil had said, boots on the ground, getting out, knocking on doors, putting out flyers to bring people in to make sure that they understand the benefits that they can get through these programs. And they will then actively sit down with the property owners, helping them fill out the paperwork, getting the paperwork submitted, helping them through the programs, identifying people who work within these different agencies and with these contractors who will do the work. And as again, they'll be advocates for the people of the city. So this is, we think it's a strong program. We think it's necessary to help the individuals in the city who are paying lots of money for their energy costs, and this money is coming back to them in this form so that they can save money. So we would like this sent back up to the City Council with a favorable recommendation. Again, this is it's a limited contract right now, but we like to have this go into the future if it's going to benefit the city.
Council, any question? Council de Rosario.
Thank you, through you, Madam Chair. This is a ground-based position,
It is.
and I see it as only 2 years, right?
It is. It'll be a little over 2 years, yes.
And what was the amount on the grant that we got granted on it?
The full amount of the grant, that was actually in front of this council in December when you approved it. The full amount of grant is $256,000, $500.
Thank you. Question, so this energy advocate is going to go out and identify properties that will qualify for this benefit, right? That's the job, right? He's going to go out and identify those properties that actually could qualify for.
A lot of the properties have already been identified. You should have received, I know everybody in this office, received a map that Anil had put together identifying this project affects every district in the city. If you look in it, the properties, there's hundreds of properties in each district that are affected by this. So it is, I know Anil's raising his hand because he wants to speak a little more on the technical details. Anil?
Yeah, I want to say that we have actually identified every single property that can benefit from it. As I said, those 700, 800 properties that we have identified, we know the landlords, we know everything, in fact, and we are going to send letters to each one of them and inviting them for events, 200 at a time, and have a conversation, tell them that this is what is available to you. So this is a very different kind of program where it's not necessary that we have to go after 800 door knocking efforts. We bring them to the event by a letter, formal letter, bring them to the event and go over the whole thing, an hour, hour and a half, ask them questions, see what they think. the landlord needs to have permission so that the renters can benefit from it. So that starting with the landlord is very important. I have to emphasize that throughout the whole state, this has been identified as a key issue. No particular municipality has made enough efforts to help the renters. We are the first one for making this effort at this scale. And they are very much looking at our efforts to say, hopefully, this one will succeed very well. And they are really helping us in many different ways. So MassSave is watching, everybody's watching our efforts. But we are going to go through the events to reach out to the various ratepayers and landlords.
Thank you. Questions that I have. I mean, this properties will be ID. In the past 4 years, I've been hearing all over that employees of the city benefit from this benefit. Let's say we know a lot of employees own properties. What is the plan into that? I mean, would they apply, qualify automatically? How are we preparing ourselves to get those feedbacks? Because a lot of employees of the city owns a lot of properties, and they might be identified as the needs of it. How are we going to prepare to that, even though I know the program is already running and we're going to put them together? Let me add, it's not that I'm against employees getting this benefit, because if they qualify, they should be entitled to receive it. But I want to know if you guys have a plan to how, present it to the people when that comes.
Yeah, through you, Madam Chair. Through you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
The legitimate questions, yes, this program also, employees that work with the City of Lawrence, they are entitled to the program. However, to make it clear, just like any program in which, whether it would be city, state, or federal, in which a city employee would like to take advantage, first of all, there's a disclosure that needs to be submitted to the city. We are going to run this program based on a first come, first served basis. So not based on the fact that you're a city employee. It will be scrutinized, and all of us, including yourselves, are bound to the ethics rules and regulation that exist in the state of Massachusetts. So meaning that none of these programs are those that select who would participate, or the applicants that want to participate in the program would not be selected by someone who owns a property in the city. In fact, we can have probably a committee that can select independent committee. We have different organizations in the city that can participate and scrutinize, but it's upon your discretion, and that could be discussed during the entire city council or during the city council meetings, that you can put certain contingencies to the program.
Thank you.
No more questions? Any other question? Councilor Reyes, do you have any question?
No question, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Yes, I would like to know, this person is going to work under your direction?
Excuse me?
So this person is going to be working under the direction of the community development?
They're going to work it out of our office. They are going to be up under the Community Development Office, the OPD umbrella, yes, that they'll be working. It's a housing program, and again, this helps property owners, but it also helps tenants as well, because we all know that a lot of the costs of energy are passed on to the tenants. They pay for their own bills, and so they'll be the major savers on this. But the individual who will be out there will be working under the Community Development Director's leadership, but they will be working independently. And again, they also have to work closely with the CFP, which is the Community First Partnership. So they're going to be required to take training on programs, on energy assistance, on energy saving creation. Again, a lot of these programs have come from private companies and that do this, that advocate for and the job of this individual is to assist the residents of the city to take advantage of these programs. That's the biggest thing. It's educational in many ways. And again, like I said, this is an advocacy. We want to bring it to the residents. We want to bring it to the tenants as well.
So, Mr. Arias, Mr. Anil Bakar, you said that this program also have identified out, you have identified about 700 to 800 properties right now that's is going to be benefited from the program?
Yeah, those are the properties that we found out from assessment office. It's not by talking to anybody, through the assessment data that are heated by electrical and oil heat. So that is the really criteria. And anybody who has interest in joining MassSave program or being part of the MassSave program, it's in some ways it's really simple. masssave.com/Lawrence. Anybody who is interested today can get into the system. If they go through the system, they will be part of the CFP program.
Can you repeat it again, please? Mass?
The website right now is created is masssave.com/Lawrence. It's that simple. Okay. But so not everybody knows about it, and this whole idea of creating energy advocate is that's the one that is through the events. We will be publicizing all that stuff. And we will have our own ways to bring people into the program by sending QR codes. They can have a very innovative ways to register so that they can actually start registering using their own phones. It's going to be very interesting ways we are going to bring these people into the fold. This is it's not a question of who I know, whether it's my favorable. Anybody interested? Walk in, go to masssave.com/Lawrence, register yourself, and you are in the queue. The only thing that we have to really communicate very clearly is that just because the system accepted you doesn't mean you will get the benefits right away. It takes time. Sometimes it has taken, I've been told that the queue is so long, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. So that's part of the problem to manage the expectations. And I want to be very clear that this is going to bring so many people into the program, and we are going to make sure. But what I've been told is that anybody you push into the queue will eventually get serviced. Nobody will get dropped off just because they say that, 2 years is over. No, they will continue to help those who got into the queue while the program is still around.
Thank you. So this program is for the whole city. That's the first thing. So there are any specific area that you think that maybe the program should start, or any part of the community that is more density and they need to work more fast or whatever. So who?
Yeah,
it's widely spread out widely across the city. I'd say almost evenly if you take a look at the map and look at the pinpoints. On
I
the map.
don't have a map over
but
here.
Anyway, in any case, it's the same in the single-family home areas as in the densely populated areas. The program looks at the residential buildings themselves, not the neighborhood, not the individuals. It looks at the buildings and which buildings are in great need of having these upgrades. That's how the determination of these numbers are made, by looking at these households. A brand new house maybe would not be qualified.
So new house won't qualify.
This is for homes that are probably energy waste type of homes now, and we're looking to upgrade those and get savings in energy, cash in the pocket of the individuals. Especially during these, during the winter months, we go, and this might be the worst winter we've ever had for the gas costs, electricity costs. All that goes into the program.
So practically the people who use oil
that's interest as well. There's different programs for different households. And that's what the advocate needs to learn. And they have to be able to meet with the property owners and say, this is what you need for your property. This is, whether it is, I know Anil did a great description on the technical aspects of it, whether it's heat pumps, insulation, any types of, project materials that go into that. The experts will make a determination on what will benefit a household best and to create energy savings. At the bottom line, this is about saving money.
I
Mr.
want to
Daniel?
emphasize
Yes.
program is really concentrating on the renters. We want to address renters because those are the most neglected part of in the whole program. They have never been reached, and that will be our focus. Renters, electric heat, oil heat. That's going to be our focus. That doesn't mean others are excluded, but our outreach will be concentrating on that segment.
Okay, thank you. Councilor, any other question?
I do have a question.
Okay. Councilor.
Going the same direction of my colleague, Gregory de Rosario. I know that this is a grant position, and I also see on the job description that we have a tentative end date of this position. Are we looking to keep this position ongoing? If we have any grant money available by that day, or how is that portion going to work?
Well, it's also a value judgment. We want to see that the program is producing, it's saving our residents money.
Yep.
If that's the case, Anil and I had this discussion yesterday and said our energy programs are not going to be going away. Yeah. Mass Electric and National Grid and Eversource are going to be working with us, partnering with us through the years. So we hope that this program will continue on. If the program does dry up, we can take a look at it, see what the value is, and potentially we can pay for it out of our system if it's working.
Perfect.
But again, this is our first crack at this, and we want to make sure that this works. It's important for our residents.
Thank you.
Councilor, any other question? Councilor, can I hear a motion?
Motion to send to the full council with a favorable recommendation.
Second.
All those in favor?
Just a discussion.
Discussion?
I believe that this item needs to be sent to the city attorney to draft the proper language eventually. If the clerk can clarify that concern. Can we just send it to the full council, or we need to send it directly to the city attorney for proper language?
Council, you're right. Every ordinance does require language from the city attorney. That's just an ordinance that the city attorney has to draft the language for every ordinance. You could do both. You could send it to the full council with favorable recommendation pending the language from the attorney, or you could send it to the attorney first, depending on what the body chooses to do. But every item, every ordinance does require language from the city attorney. You don't have that in your packages yet. So you could send it up and then have it sit there pending, and it's a week away. There's a very high likelihood that he could have that language up there for next Tuesday. So I think you're both right. I think if you send up a favorable recommendation, but in the meantime, send it to the attorney also to get the language before the meeting. I think both could work perfectly.
All right.
Yeah. And through you, Madam Chair, Councilor Franklin Miguel. Yes, we had an incident that happened during the vacation. This item was discussed. Everybody during the holidays, they took vacations, including myself. It was presented to me. In the last minute, our HR director had an emergency, a family emergency. She returned today. I spoke to her yesterday, and under unfortunate circumstances, both the mayor and staff didn't feel comfortable to be bothering the HR director with the language. She was supposed to be tonight, but I spoken with the council president since there was no chair. And I've informed them that to please excuse us for that. But what we can do is, based on what our city clerk said, with your approval, if it's submitted with full approval, we will have the language drafted tomorrow with our city attorney and submitted. And that could be tweaked when it comes before you in full council.
Councilor Del Rosario, would
Could
you accept?
So
the-
yeah, I would
the
amend the
friendly
motion.
amendment?
So what we'll do is send it to full council with favorable recommendation pending the language from the attorney.
Yeah, second, yeah.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Roll call, please.
Sure. Councilor Selena Reyes,
Yes.
Councilor Franklin Miguel,
Yes.
Councilor Gregor Del Rosario,
Yes.
Madam Chair Anna Levy.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Motion passed.
Thank you very much.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So, the next item on the agenda is 48525. This is the closure of a conflict by a municipal employee, Jennifer Duran, Assistant City Clerk.
I'm not Jennifer Duran.
I know.
Eileen Vernell, I am your city clerk, 257 Mount Vernon Street. I just want to speak to you briefly, councilors, on both document number 48525, which is Ms. Duran, and 48625, which is Maria Vidal. And both of those items are related. If a city employee is seeking payment from more than one department, they must obtain approval from the city council first. So if a city employee is going to do minutes for board, they must at least once a year come before you to get authorization to do that. As you know, we tried to have subcommittee meetings in December. We had no one to take
Ms.
them.
Bernal?
Yeah.
City Clerk. I'm gonna ask to take it as a block, because you already mentioned,
Yeah.
you already mentioned the 48525, and I would like to also include it as a block to discuss a disclosure or a conflict by a municipal employee, Maria Vidal, who is the assistant tax assessor. So all those in favor say aye. May I hear? A second?
What is the motion?
Yeah. Is it can I hear the motion?
Yeah, I say the motion, yeah.
So motion to.
So moved.
Huh? Second.
You did
As a block, items 48525, 48625.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, council. That's helpful, actually. So anyway, if the employee is seeking payment from more than one department, they have to get your approval first, which is what both of these two women have done. You've had other employees come before you, be it for working the elections or other women that take the minutes for different boards and commissions. And as you know, the council needs secretaries specifically for the subcommittees. We tried to have some subcommittee meetings in December when Ms. Halloran was away, and that was not possible because there was no one else to take minutes. So I am just encouraging the council to please approve both of these individuals. I think Maria would be the more frequent one, and Jennifer would serve more as a backup, but to have both women available to do minutes if needed, specifically for the council, but for other city boards and commissions as well, it would be helpful.
Council, any question? Council Reyes, any question on this regard? Council Reyes,
No question.
all those in favor?
Need to make a motion.
May I hear a motion on,
I have motion to,
on 48525 and 48625?
yeah, option to accept the disclosure of conflict of municipal employees, items 48525, 48625.
Can I hear a second?
Send to the full, are you sending to full council?
Yes, correct.
May I hear a second?
So move.
So, can you do the roll call, please?
Sure. Councilor Selena Reyes,
Yes.
Councilor Gregor Del Rosario,
Yes.
Councilor Franklin Miguel,
Yes.
and Chairperson Anna Levy.
Yes.
Thank you,
very much,
motion
Council.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Council, can I take it as a blocks, item 489, 25, and 490, 25? So the childcare parking, 29 Beaufort Street, submitted by Council Selena Reyes and Awilda Vargas. And childcare parking, 8 Henlow Street, submitted also by Council Reyes and Elsa Guzman. Can I hear motion?
Motion to approve?
Second.
There is a motion to approve, all those in favor? So the motion is gonna be to send it to the full council with favor
Yeah.
recommendation?
No,
No, motion should be.
No, to the police.
send to the
It
police.
should be to police department.
Okay. So to send it to, the motion is to send it to the police department. Any other place to be sent it?
No, just to police department and also, after that, DPW.
So any question?
We have to take do you call for the roll?
no, usually get sent to the police department and,
So you have
and,
the-
and
Okay, perfect.
DPW,
We
then
have
whoever
to make the
second.
motion to send it to the police department and to DPW.
There was a motion that Councilor the Rosario made, right? Was it not?
Council Reyes was the one who,
Okay.
so can
I made the motion.
The motion is to send the item 48925 and 49025 to the police department and to DPW. All those in favor say aye. Roll
Aye.
call.
Councilor Franklin Miguel,
Yes.
Councilor Gregorio del Rosario,
Yes.
Councilor Selena Reyes,
Yes.
Madam Chair Ana Levy.
Yes.
Thank you, motion carries.
So the next item is item 49125. Installation of conduit at Lower Street. So the pole P3043 by Gabriel Alviso Verizon. Thank you. Your name and address, please.
Yes, good evening. Good evening, honorable members of this committee. My name is Alexander, last name Marrero, M-A-R-R-E-R-O, resident of 17 Cross Street, Marlborough, Massachusetts. I'm an employee of Pike, P-I-K-E, Telecom and Renewables, LLC, an authorized contractor for Verizon New England Incorporated. I'm going to ask by Verizon to speak on their behalf about the petition in front of you this evening and to answer any questions that you, the committee, or members of the public might have about this petition. Verizon is hereby petitioning to place one new 4-inch PVC concrete encased conduit starting at existing pole 3043 located on the southern side of the public way of Lowell Street, running in a northern direction approximately 60 feet towards the property line of 55 Lowell Street. Verizon is hereby making this petition in support of the new Lawrence Police Station that is under construction at 55 Lowell Street.
Okay. Council, any question or any comment on this regard?
Just have a question through you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Council.
Is this item related to the new building of the police department, right?
Correct.
Okay. When do you anticipate this work being done?
We expect to start in the spring, basically when the snow melts.
Okay.
So, Councilor Rosario? Council Reyes, any question?
No question, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you. I would like to remember, or to remind, so when we do that kind of job, sometimes I see the pole, that they put something or they cross out some pole at the same time. And also, sometimes when they dig it out, they leave some hole around the pole.
Okay, in this case, there's not gonna be any work on the pole. It's just gonna be conduit work. Basically, we're putting a new riser, a new conduit at that pole. And then once the conduit is in place, the street and sidewalk will be restored to existing conditions.
Okay, so I hope that we don't have to call, because sometimes we have to call you guys and let you know, about some of the problem on the area around the port. Okay, so Councilor, any motion?
Motion to send to the full council with a favorable recommendation to our public hearing.
Can I hear a second?
Second.
So all those in favor, roll call, please. The motion is to send it to the full council with favor recommendation
And to order public hearing.
and to order public hearing.
Yes, Councilor Franklin Miguel,
Yes.
Councilor Selena Reyes,
Yes.
Councilor Gregor Del Rosario,
Yes.
and Madam Chair Anna Levy.
Yes,
Thank you, motion passed.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
He has another one.
So the item, you have another item, 49225, is the request a grant of utility easement from City of Lawrence to Verizon.
Correct. Alexander Marrero, 17 Cross Street, Marlboro, Pac Telecom, Verizon contractor. Verizon is hereby petitioning the City of Lawrence for an easement for city-owned conduit to be placed at 55, what's the address, Lowell Street. From the end of the conduit that is being placed by Verizon over to the new building.
Council, any question, any
So-
comment?
So this is related to the previous item as well for the same building?
Yes, but this is for the conduit that is on private property, i.e. city-owned property.
Perfect. Okay.
Motion to send to the full council with a favorable recommendation to order public hearing.
Second.
All those in favor? Roll call, please.
Councilor Selena Reyes,
Yes.
Councilor Franklin Miguel,
Yes.
Councilor Gregor Del Rosario,
Yes.
and Madam Chair Anna Levy.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you. There is another item, okay, pardon? There is another item, is item 49325. I don't see no one
She
here.
sent an email, they're not gonna be able to make it,
Oh, okay.
just to, right?
So what is the motion?
So motion to table?
Second.
All those in favor? For the motion to table, the item 49325, install underground conduit on SS Street near the Ansbury Street. That is from the National Grid.
Roll call, Councilor Selena Reyes,
Yes.
Councilor Franklin Miguel,
Yes.
Councilor Gregor Del Rosario,
Yes.
and Madam Chair Anna Levy.
Yes.
Thank you, motion passed.
Council, there is no more item, but before we adjourn, I don't know if there is any table item that you would like to take them out tonight? Okay. So, see, there is no more item. What I would like is please to review the agenda and let's start from July 16, 2024, to review for the next meeting and see which one of those items can be withdraw, or we can send it, or whatever that item is already completed or done by either by DPW or by the sergeant or the office, but and see how we can start reducing this agenda. So what about if we're looking on, since July the 16th, maybe to,
Point of clarification for you, Madam Chair.
I'm sorry?
Point of clarification on this. We did on our last ordinance meeting last year, December, we did withdraw some the items that didn't have any type of 2025 action items. I believe that if Councilor De Rosario remember that we left on the agenda all the items that are subject to for a response from any of the departments. So it will be a follow-up memo that we should send to the departments with all these items, just to get any type of updates or clarification on the items in the agenda.
So we haven't, at this point, I think so that we haven't received any information regarding the item that is being left in here. And we have to continue a follow-up and to start sending to the full council for withdraw whatever the item. I don't know if all of you were in here by that time, but we should start reviewing and eliminate as much as we can from the agenda. So I just remember that also last year I cleaned a part of the agenda of the full council, and we have to make sure that we send correspondence. So Maria, so I think so that we should, I don't know which one of the item will.
May I say something?
Yes.
I think most of the ones that they're here, they're still waiting correspondence from the DPW. And there was a notification to them at the last meeting, so we just.
So notification were already sent. So I think that we should resend a notification to the police department or also to DPW.
Yeah, we have.
Just to remind them that we are waiting for them to review or to go to the place and just give us some information and not to keep all of this in here.
Through you, Madam Chair.
Yes. Council Reyes.
I think the Councilor Miguel tried to explain for the last two meetings, we cleaned the agenda. The item behind the agenda right now is because we're waiting for correspondence. Because we don't have any item before 24, you know? We have a very young agenda if we need to wait for the different departments. They working on this item, and we need to wait just a little bit to see what is the item they respond for the next ordinance meeting. Because we clean very well the agenda. We don't have any old items. We only have 24 and 25 in the current year.
Yes, thank you,
We
Council
need to give you
Reyes.
some time.
Yeah, thank you, Council Reyes, for the information saying, Council Miguel also. But what I'm saying is just to resend that, you know, some corresponded to the different departments and see what item that they are already done and send us the information that we are waiting to continue doing the work.
Yes,
It's
thank you.
to
I
make
understood what you
to make it our
explained.
life a
Thank you
little
for
bit more
explaining.
easy.
Yeah, but 2 weeks ago, we request the information. So I think we need to give you a little bit more
we have to
time because
understand. We have to
the last-
understand the holiday.
The last meeting, yeah.
We have to understand the holiday is just a little reminder to make sure. So can I hear a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Second.
All those in favor? Roll call, please.
Aye.
Councilor Selena Reyes,
Yes.
Councilor Franklin Miguel,
Yes.
Councilor Gregor Del Rosario,
Yes.
Madam Chair Ana Levy.
Yes. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.
I'm fine.